What's up, guys? My name is Greg Jones, and I'm more than excited to be part of the wrestling mindset and the martial arts mindset team. I was fortunate enough to be a three-time NCAA champion at West Virginia University and also voted the outstanding wrestler of the NCAA tournament. I currently reside in Boca Raton, Florida, and train some of the top mixed martial artists in the world alongside Henry Hooft. Additionally, I attended West Virginia University on a wrestling scholarship while also obtaining my bachelor's degree in sports psychology. For all these reasons, I feel that I'm uniquely qualified to help you in your mindset training and help you accomplish your goals both on and off the mat. As a mindset coach, we're going to take a start, stop, continue approach from our initial meeting. We sit down and we talk, we'll discuss what are we doing well? What are we already doing that we can continue to do? What aren't we doing that maybe we can start? Maybe I don't get my energy high level enough, or sometimes I get really nervous and we can start some relaxation techniques or something like that. Or what are we going to stop? What kind of destructive habits or behaviors are we going to stop? I won the NCAA tournament my freshman year. My sophomore year, I went undefeated, and I went 2-2 in the NCAA tournament my sophomore year. Then I was fortunate enough to be able to finish my collegiate career undefeated for the next 2 seasons. My sophomore year, I was the first ever returning national champion, #1 seed, to lose in the first round of the tournament the following year. So that experience for me really forced me to do a lot of introspection. So even though I feel like that I always had a pretty strong approach to the sport, I had a really strong competitive approach. With the additional pressure and the stress of being the returning national champion and having people look at me and have that bullseye on your back, so to speak, there was a lot for me to handle. And really, I started making my scope became too wide. I started focusing on things that really had no impact on me or the type of performance I wanted to have. So really, what I became really good at is being able to regulate and manage my energy. For me, over the last part of my career, I would say the #1 reason for my success was I became really in tune with my body. Understanding how to raise my energy level up, how to calm myself down, keeping my arousal at just the right level, and also understanding how to get there when things seem to get out of control or under high pressure situations. I had my set routine that I would follow. It wasn't to the point where I would be like a religion and I would be off course if something got thrown off. But there was just a long process that I developed to allow me to get to my optimum performance each and every time. I had 2 match goals in my competitive career. 1, I wanted to score as many points as I could, and 2, I wanted to try and get as tired as I could. And both of those kind of worked together. And that leads into the second part of trying to get myself as tired as I could. I trusted my training. I trusted my coaches. I trusted my conditioning. I knew I could wrestle as hard and as long as I wanted to. People have this fear of becoming tired or fear of fatigue, or lets fatigue affect their performance and affect their mindset. If I have a goal of becoming tired and that fatigue starts to set in, that's just my body telling me now I'm just getting warmed up. Now it's time to go. Now I start putting some points on, and the match is just getting started. It's really difficult to say you want to be a champion and do everything right from a physical training standpoint. You lift the weights, you do the runs, you do the technique, you do all those things right. But you can't be an A caliber athlete and still be a C or a D, sometimes even less, quality person, friend, brother, father. So all these things are tied together. They don't operate exclusively of each other. Anything great is going to hurt. Suffering is a requirement to accomplishing anything great, anything spectacular in your life. And how you handle those setbacks, how you reframe them, those small losses or those disappointments, are going to determine a lot. Learning is learning. And regardless of what sport or what field that you choose, regardless of what your path, those core fundamentals of learning and skill acquisition, both from a physical and a mental aspect, transfer across, pretty much all aspects of life. A lot of times, especially dealing with fighters, there's this gap between who they are and where they are as a fighter and where they think they're at. And the bigger that gap is, the more challenging it is to reach and help that fighter. As we work through this, as we obtain success, we gotta be sure, we gotta make sure we just remain humble, keep our egos in check, and understand that this is just the next phase. This is just the next step of getting to where we want to go. People think just because you are a high-level performer or a high-level athlete that you're immune to getting nervous, or you're immune to lapses in concentration, or you don't get stale or burn out at certain times. When the fact of the matter is, we're all human. We all suffer from the same emotions and the same things in our daily lives. The level of success or the quality of your experience comes down to one thing, and that's the type of people that you surround yourself with. Without a strategy, there is no victory.